Today we're going to talk about the physician's mortgage loan. And if you happen to be a doc who's going to be financing a home, making a home purchase, this video is for you. And if you stick around to the end, we've got a special tip for you so that if you want to put as little as 3% down to get this physician's mortgage loan, we're going to show you how. So with no further ado, I wanted to bring Tom Hemmingson, my co-host, into this conversation. He's my loan officer. I've known for 15 years. He owns Market Line Mortgage, and he helps physicians all the time get these kind of loans. So Tom, let's just get right into the meat of this. Why don't you start telling us what it is that makes this loan so unique?
So John, the great thing about the doctor loan, in my opinion, kind of come down to three things. One being most of the doctors are brand new out of med school, so they do bring some student loan debt into the equation that we can discount. A lot of times they maybe don't have the down payment required to buy those, higher end homes. And lastly, they haven't reached their full income potential. So they know that they've got income on the horizon and they know what they would be able to afford, but they just aren't there yet if they had to go with a traditional jumbo loan. So this allows them to get in with reduced amount of down payment and also discount those student loans.
Okay, so let's say a gal has been going to school for 10 years. It takes forever to become a doctor. And they get out and they've got some student loan debt and they probably don't have a whole lot of cash for a big fat down payment. Is this a good option for a person like that? They've graduated, they've become a doctor, they've got employment, they're starting to work, they know where they want to live in terms of what city. Is this loan for them?
This is the perfect product for them. A lot
good.
of them have probably gone into employment situations where they've got a great amount of salary, so they can qualify if they could move the pieces around a little bit to make it work. So this is a perfect answer for that brand new doctor.
Okay. And in order to qualify for the loan, what does a person need in order to be able to document their ability to get this loan?
So depending on if they're self-employed or employed, they'll need tax returns or W-2s, whatever that kind of fits the need there. But most importantly is going to be the down payment. Credit score is going to drive what they're going to have for down payment.
Okay. So let's say credit score is pretty darn good and they are going to come up with, the necessary down payment to be able to get this loan. What documents do they need in order to demonstrate that they can get the loan? They've got to give you some sort of documentation, right?
Yeah, so pay stubs, W-2s.
Okay.
If they're brand new out of school, obviously they're not going to have a W-2, but they would have an employment or an offer letter. They would have a pay stub, something along those lines. Doctors actually that have already gained employment, but maybe haven't even started on the job yet, John, we can take that employment letter, and as long as they're starting within 60 days, we can give them credit for that full income, even though they haven't started the job.
Oh, wow, that's really nice. I know a couple guys, and I think we talked about recently somebody who's got a great job in the sales industry. Those guys have to establish 2 years of consistent commission before a lender will feel comfortable loaning on that. But with a doctor, if they've got an employment letter, then that'll count.
Absolutely.
Okay. Aside from that, just bank statements, W-2 forms, the traditional documents that you would need, right?
Yeah, it's the exact same underwriting process. It just allows them to buy with a little easier guideline to help them because they're obviously coming into a new field.
Okay, so I know some of the loans that are out there that people use who are purchasing more expensive homes. Those loans have limits, like jumbo loan limits, for example. Tell us about the maximum amount that a doctor can expect to be able to finance on this type of a loan.
Yeah, so here's the great difference for somebody that's new in the field. So if your credit score is above 720, you can get a loan amount up to $650,000 with only 3% down. In the jumbo market, that's going to require 15% down.
Okay, so if you've got a 720 FICO score and you're a doctor, you can do this physician's loan with as little as 3% down.
That's correct.
Okay, you guys, I told you it was going to be worth waiting for that little tidbit at the end. And also, I wanted to let you know that if you go here, you can see our next video on conditional loan approval. We'll see you there.